What up, Dokkaners? This is going to be an up-to-date step-by-step guide on how to obtain all 50 Dragon Stones from the QR code missions in the Dokkan Scout campaign during the worldwide download celebration of 2022. If you guys want to jump ahead and go through the various steps, feel free to do so. I already have the time codes in the description or in the video itself. Feel free to jump around as much as you want. But before we get started, I wanted to include a couple of things that I wasn't able to mention in my previous video, which, by the way, if you recall, some of you might know that I did make this video back during the global 7-year anniversary. This was originally the first time that the QR code situation was first introduced onto global. So we have the same exact thing. The picture's a little bit different, but the dates are different, but the concepts are exactly the same. But because I wasn't able to include some very important pieces of information, I wanted to make this extra video so that you guys can hear it instead of having to read it in a pinned comment, which, by the way, any additional information that I forget to include will be in the pinned comment. So with that said, let's jump in and let's take a look at the context behind this whole situation. Why is this a problem to begin with? So how this works is this Dokkan Scout campaign is basically meant to ingratiate new players into the Dokkan community by giving them a way to sort of interact with other players. And what you do is, if you're a new player, aka somebody who is under rank 100 or currently receiving the returning login bonus, you would have to scan the QR code of another Dokkaner, someone who is not under rank 100 or who is not in the returning login bonus, somebody who is basically a Dokkan veteran. What you would do is you would scan that veteran's code, and then you would start doing missions that will then immediately be given to you in your game. Now that you've been linked with your veteran Dokkan player partner, once you complete all of your missions, that Dokkan veteran will also receive their missions as well. Therefore, both of you will succeed. That's basically the premise. The problem is that a new Dokkan player can only scan one QR code, which means if a lot of people were to scan one particular QR code, that's going to leave a ton of other veteran players out there unable to have their QR codes actually scanned, and ultimately their missions cannot be completed. How do I know this? Because I am being bombarded with post after post after post, not your fault, after post after post after post of QR codes. Everybody is trying to get their code scanned, but there is just not enough new Dokkanners to go around because most people either flock to their local Dokkan Tube or YouTube channel, or potentially they don't even know what's going on and they just ignore it altogether. So it just leaves a bunch of players just out in the dust, not able to complete these missions. That is just not fair. So how do we fix this problem? Well, Kawaii made a very awesome solution. So this video is going to be designed to basically show you step by step how to use this program so that you guys can get this taken care of. Now, before we get started in talking about this, I do want to mention that this does not have to be done right now, because this whole Dokkan Scout campaign, it only just started, and you have until the 3rd of October to actually get all of these missions taken care of. So if you are unable to get this done in night 1, you have plenty of time left. And I want to show you what some of these missions look like before we actually get started here, because these are the missions that you have to deal with. Have the players you scouted complete a welcome mission once. Have the players you scouted complete a welcome mission twice. This keeps going all the way until 50. So in theory, you only need a handful of players, maybe 3 or 4 new players at most, to actually scan your QR code and then do all of these welcome missions. They're very easy. Log in twice, log in 3 times, log in 4 times, complete quest mode, reach rank 60. They're very easy to do. The problem is getting people to scan into every single person's QR code. It's just not going to work out. There's not enough to go around. Not everybody's equally as visible, accessible. It's just not fair. The design is flawed. So that is the context for the situation. Now, what we're going to do is we're basically going to simulate this whole process of having these new Dokkanners actually do the missions and have it all done in one lump sum. That's the point of this program, because you never know how long this is going to take. All right, so now that you're up to speed on the context of the situation, I want to go over some frequently asked questions, because some of you are thinking you might be able to do this program yourself, but unfortunately you might not be able to. So here we go. Question number 1. Can JP players run this program? The answer is no. The simple reason why JP players cannot use this is because of safety net. The implementation of safety net prevents people from using external programs for situations such as this. That is why you are going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Question number 2. Can this program be run on a Mac? The answer is no. it can only be run on a Windows operating system. So if you do not possess a Windows, or maybe you don't even possess a computer altogether, you have a couple of other options. You do this the old-fashioned way, as I mentioned, or you could also send your QR code, either cropped or otherwise, to a trusted friend and have them input your QR code into the program and have them do it themselves. So you still have some options. Question number 3. If I'm using an Android mobile device, can I download the program and run it? I mean, it is Windows. The answer is no, you cannot do that. It has to be on a Windows operating system computer, laptop, or PC. And lastly, is this program safe? I will be mentioning this multiple times in the video, but I can assure you this program is 100% safe. When you download this program from the link available in the pinned comment, you will be taken to a window that could possibly say, "Warning, do not run this program. This could be malware or this could be a virus." That is your computer simply protecting you by taking the necessary steps to prevent you from downloading a foreign program. The reason why it's doing this is not because it's an actual virus, because it is not. I assure you it is not a virus. I have downloaded this program multiple times. I have been warned multiple times, and I have still downloaded it anyway, and it has been completely fine. The reason is because it is a small executable file made by a singular individual. That has the makings for a virus. That looks like a virus written all over it, right? So that's why your computer is simply just telling you, hey, look out, this doesn't look right. Don't do this. You are going to have to manually bypass that warning and allow it to download it for you. Just like you see here, I was warned, I let it run anyway, and I downloaded and ran the program. So if you don't feel comfortable downloading this program because either you don't particularly feel trusting of this program at all, if you don't think that this is going to be a safe method that might ultimately get your account banned, don't download this program. I have assured you it is safe. Kawhi has assured everyone multiple times it is 100% safe. Nobody has been banned from the 7-year anniversary. Nobody's going to be banned here. But if you are not comfortable, please don't feel like you should do this. Nothing is more important than your own peace of mind, so please feel free to simply avoid this altogether and try doing it the normal way. If you don't happen to earn all the stones, not a big deal, because in the end you got to keep your sanity, and that is more important than anything else. So with those frequently asked questions out of the way, let's jump into the step-by-step instruction on how to run this program. First of all, you're going to have to download this program here, the dokkanscout.exe. I assure you this is 100% safe. You are not committing any infractions by using this program. The bots that are going to be created, the clones, if you will, that are going to be created from this program are going to be dummy accounts that basically help you take your missions and get them completed. But ultimately, those are the dummy accounts that are going to be disposed of in the end. So it has nothing to do with you. Once you download the program, you're going to load it up, and it is going to ask you, when you launch the software, it's going to ask you to load your QR code via a dialog box. So it's going to ask you, hey, I need your QR code, because the point of this is they want to take your unique game signature and upload that data into the program so that we can get this whole process started. How can we get the QR code into the program? You have 3 options. You can either send a screenshot of your game with the QR code in it. You could send a cropped QR code of just the QR code itself, or you would take your QR code into a third-party website, decode the QR code on that website, and then whatever data that you get from that, you upload that directly into the program. So depending on which option you want, option 1, you press 1 and enter for the screenshot. Press 2 and enter if you want to do it for a cropped screenshot of the QR code itself. Press 3 and enter if you wanted to use the third-party system and decode the QR code that way. Unfortunately, that might be a situation that some of you are going to have to use because maybe your phone quality isn't that great, the resolution isn't that great. I did try uploading a couple of people's QR codes before, my friend Darkness here. It didn't work because their screenshot just wasn't high enough res. So you might have to, unfortunately, have to use option 3, but still, it is all still doable. Now, moving on, once you upload the QR code into the program, the software will create 8 accounts. Because as you saw, there are a bunch of missions that need to be done. So the software is going to be creating 8 accounts. And then for each of them, you're going to have to fill a CAPTCHA manually. If you guys don't know what a CAPTCHA is, it's basically like a computer puzzle thing to prove that you're a human being. So as you're seeing, I'm filling in these little puzzle things. As soon as I put in the 2 puzzle pieces, I click OK. It says success at the top. And then I move back to the program window, push enter, and then I continue on, and I do this repeatedly for 8 steps. Now, you can accidentally mess up, and that is completely okay, because if you mess up, all you have to do is close down the program and start the whole process over again. You cannot proceed until you reset the program entirely, because if you mess up at the Captcha 1, Captcha 2, Captcha 7, Captcha 8, if you mess up even once, you're gonna have to reset the entire process. But nothing fatal is gonna happen. Your account isn't going to be banned. Your computer's not going to explode. Nothing bad's going to happen, so you don't have to worry about that. So once you complete all 8 Captchas, then you can press enter in the software. Once you do, the software will then start to process what it just created. So now that it's created those 8 clones, think of them as little mini yous. They are now going to go into their little offices and they're going to start cranking out and playing Dokkan until they finish all of the missions required, so that you will get all 50 of your missions. Because remember, back here, the newbies have to do these missions. Log in for 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, complete quest, raise the pixel character, reach rank 60, 70. The new players have to do this. The veteran players have to just sit back and look pretty as the new players do all of the work. So what Kawai's program is now going to do with your 8 little mini bots is that they're going to be sitting there doing the work, playing Dokkan Battle, while you sit back and relax. And after about 10 to 20 minutes or so, it is all done. You will get a notification in your program saying that it is complete. And once it is complete, you can check your game, give it a couple resets on your game itself, and it should show a full 50 out of 50 missions completed. I have tested this out with my friend's account. It works completely fine. It is 100% safe because there is no botting happening on your account. If you want to use the program, you can. This is the way to do it. If you don't want to use the program, you can of course try to do it the old-fashioned way. You have until the 3rd of October. But there you have it, folks. That is how this whole program works. Big shout out to Kawai, the MVP of Dokkan Battle. Can we all agree that Kawai is the absolute GOAT for doing this? The dude took the time to create a program that would automate this entire process for you so that you don't have to go through this whole QR code mess every single day, spamming various posts online. It's just, this is terrible. This was a terribly executed thing, and I'm so glad that we have people in the community like Kawai to pick us up when we're down. So guys, give him a big shout out. Follow him on Twitter at _Kawai_. He is an awesome Dokkan creator. He is a French Dokkan tuber, and he streams, so go check him out. And that is going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions regarding any of the steps involved here. Let me know if you're going to be using this program or if you're going to still try to do this the old-fashioned way first. If you are maybe going to try this a couple of weeks from now, you've got plenty of time, folks. There is absolutely no rush. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned. Big shout out again to Kawai, the MVP. And always remember to Dokkan responsibly.